Hello and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and coming up in today's newscast, Israel preparing for a new wave of cyber warfare. Meantime, an initiative to map out the world's largest subterranean network coming to the southern Israeli Negev desert. And finally, a run-of-the-mill traffic stop turning out to be anything but routine. The IAA robbery prevention unit getting involved. To start, yet another attack reported overnight in southern Syria. Israel allegedly firing missiles at and damaging a number of Syrian army posts. One regime soldier said killed. Meantime, those Syrian officials keeping details under wraps, unverified accounts on social media claiming that the strikes hit near the Damascus airport, the area being a common target as a port of entry for Iranian weapons shipments. And while Israel neither confirming nor denying reports of the strike, Israeli officials often repeating the vow to block Iranian entrenchment in the region. And to that end, Israel alleged to be behind hundreds of similar strikes, including the bombing of Syrian chemical weapons facilities in 2020. Then just last week, another unusual strike reported in the port city of Latakia, and Prime Minister Naftali Bennett admitting to the press that IDF operations still conducted almost daily. Moving on, as threats against Israel becoming increasingly advanced, so too are Israel's defense preparations. For one, the IDF now turning to a new simulator that will hopefully better track troops' progress through basic training. The first simulator located in the Nachal Brigade's base in the Negev desert, but all IDF infantry units are set to begin training on the simulators by the end of 2022. And while no substitute for regular training, officers are hoping to use the more accurate data analysis to find better and more individualized ways of helping soldiers to improve. As for the simulator itself, it's comprised of 5 stations that train different skill sets as the soldiers make their way through. Skills including coordination, breaching capabilities, reaction time, focus, and physical strength. Meantime, this is on top of the newly revealed Iron Beam laser-based defense system by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems Ltd. And added to the Iron Dome, David Sling, and Arrow missile defense systems, the Iron Beam would use a laser to seek and destroy short-range artillery, mortars, missiles, rockets, and drones, and each beam firing at just a tiny fraction of the cost of the currently used Iron Dome rockets. All right, incoming missiles and enemy combatants aside, cyber warfare still a top threat. And Israeli government and internet security experts are sounding the alarm bells this week as would-be attackers are abusing a network flaw known as Log4j to take control of anything from businesses and industrial systems to web servers and consumer electronics. Joining to discuss is Ram Levy, founder and CEO of Confidas Computer Security Services and former secretary to the Prime Minister's National Cyber Initiative. Ram, it's great to have you back with us. Thank you so much. Now, where is the Log4j flaw found, and how bad is it? What makes it so easy to take advantage of?
Well, it's very common. It's found on many, I would say millions of enterprise and private developments of websites, products, from Tesla cars to Twitter logging pages. And the problem is that this exploit is not only hard to find and hard to mitigate, but it's also very simple to exploit remotely. This is why it received the highest score for a vulnerability, which is 10. That means that it's easily exploited remotely and very hard to mitigate.
So if we know that that is a target, though, what can be done to protect against hacking or breaking in through the Log4j channel?
Well, basically, the developers of the platform, the open source platform Apache, have released a remediation for the vulnerability. So if you know that you are vulnerable to it, then what you can do is upgrade your Apache software if it's vulnerable, and then you're okay. The problem is that many organizations don't even know that they have this vulnerability. So the first thing they have to do is they have to search for this technology, see if the version that they're using is exploitable, if it is, in which way. Then they have to upgrade to the version that is not exploitable. And then they have to run checks and see that everything is working properly, which is quite a burden for many organizations worldwide.